Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Hello everyone, welcome to Primetime Local News, Thursday edition of the big show. Almost to the weekend, so close. It's going to be a very cold evening this evening and then into tomorrow as we get into the weekend. Going to be very cold. To have those weather details for you coming up very shortly. We also have Aaron Goodwin, a country singer, on the show. Our Connor Chan went down and chatted with him, who's playing a show at the Gold Horse Casino tonight. Very cool. Yeah, exactly. And then we're also talking our question of the day, which is, do you think the cost of living raise should go up should be mandatory every year? So good debate there. We'll get into that topic in just a little bit. But first, we're going to go check in with our Brett Holden, who's taking on a new exercise tonight.
Well, martial arts is a form of combat that's normally used as a self-defense mechanism, and tonight I am here at Lloydminster's newest dojo, Nor Alta Jiu-Jitsu. We're going to be learning from Sensei Dave Woods himself and a little bit about karate here in the first hour, and in the second hour a little bit of jiu-jitsu. But first, let's head back into the studio where Elise has a look at your local news.
Stepping forward.
And even with flu season winding down, pharmacists are still encouraging people to get their flu shot. So far this flu season, 14 people have been placed in intensive care and 7 have died from the flu in Saskatchewan, and 20 people have died due to the flu in Alberta. Pharmacies are continuing to provide the flu shot, saying it's the best way to protect yourself.
The best way to protect yourself from the harmful effects of influenza is to get the vaccination, which is still available at this time. So it continues to be important as the best way to prevent yourself from having complications from influenza.
Malik also says that the benefits of the flu shot outweighs any risk associated with it.
Generally, what people experience are only a sore arm, or what we refer to as local site reactions. So for the majority of people, the benefit of getting the flu vaccine in terms of preventing the flu, it offsets any risk that is there.
Health officials say that the flu season can continue as late as April. And as the weather continues to drop, the demand for gloves and toques are rising. The Native Friendship Center has been providing anyone who needs it gloves and toques. Back in October, the center received a grant and partnered with Northern Factory Workwear to purchase gloves and toques. And however, due to the high demand, they're running low. The center has had a lot of people come in looking for a pair of gloves.
There's families that come here, and also children, and also adults, homeless, or else, the ones that aren't not doing too good in the workforce. So
you can drop off gloves and toques at the center any time of day. And on Tuesday, the new regulations for food safety in Canada went into effect. The new regulations affect businesses that import food or prepare food for export. They must now need a license if the food is being sent across provincial or territorial boundaries. Businesses close to borders, such as the Old Cheesery, who is based outside of Vermilion, may benefit positively from the change.
It helps me to sell my product outside of the province. Before, since I was only inspected provincially, I could only sell it within the province, even though I have Saskatchewan right at my doorstep. Now, with this new program, I'm able to sell across provinces, across Canada.
The new regulations also require more attention to potential risks to food safety, which to maintain may be more work for small businesses.
It is a food safety program. And since we are a really, really small business, there's only like 3 of us working in it. It means that we have to dedicate a lot of time into creating that program. So it's labor intense, or it's very expensive.
For a full list of regulations, visit Canada's official website for more information. And now we're going to send it to Brett Holden, who is live on location tonight.
Gakazuki stepping forward. Each.
We are back here at Nor Alta Jiu-Jitsu, where karate class has just started, and they are going through just some of the movements here for karate. Most of the colored belts have been going through some of the movements, and we'll just listen to Sensei Dave here as he teaches the class.
Good. Knee. Sign. One more. What do we do with that one more? Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Good. Downward block, you down your eye. Hey, right where you are. Downward block, good. All right. Stepping forward. Green belts, orange belt. Rising block, reverse punch. Agyuki gakuzuki. Agyuki gakuzuki. Hey. Understood? Got it? Good. Here we go. Stepping forward, rising block, reverse punch. 1. White belts, rising block. Sorry. Rising block only. Yes. Your colored belt, right? Rising block, reverse punch. I thought colored belt was kind of, yeah, I thought that was kind of self-explanatory. Hey, you're just going to step and punch. Oh, did I? Sorry. 2. Follow along anyway. 3.
We'll have a little bit more coming up from here at Nor Alta Jiu-Jitsu and learning a little bit more about some of the stuff that they are learning. But let's head back into the studio where Michaela has a look at your weather.
All right, thank you so much, Brett. I'm hoping he will start some of those moves a little bit later. We are under an extreme cold warning as across our area, and then it does extend out east and into Alberta as well. Minus 25 right now, feels like minus 34. We are going to hit minus 43 with the wind chill overnight, so it is going to be quite cold. As we look to the satellite radar, a couple patches of precipitation, and these could hit us this evening, possibly into the morning, about a 30% chance we could see some light snow activity. And then here's our watches and warnings. Pretty much the entire east side of your map here is under an extreme cold warning, and it is extending as it moves its way into Alberta. So areas like Lac La Biche, Bonnyville, St. Paul, Cold Lake, all currently under that extreme cold warning, and Lloydminster is now under that warning as well. And then as we move into Saskatchewan, most of the province is currently under that extreme cold warning as temperatures get close to that minus 40, if not even colder than minus 40 with that wind chill. Numbers across the board, very cold right now. Minus 27 in North Battleford, minus 23 in Saskatoon right now, minus 25 for Melfort. And then as we move into Alberta, a little bit warmer, but not by much. Minus 18 right now in Edmonton, minus 25 in Athabasca, minus 20 degrees in Whitecourt, and minus 18 right now in Edson. For North Battleford, sitting at minus 27 right now, minus 33 overnight, going to feel like minus 40 in the morning. Expecting some light snow tomorrow, about a 30% chance. As we move into Cold Lake, oh, we're frozen here. If Cold Lake will be seeing almost close to minus 45 degrees overnight. The overnight low is minus 31, but with that wind chill, going to feel much colder. Lloydminster, we're going to hit minus 31 overnight, going to feel like minus 43, minus 40 in the morning, and we could see some light snow activity possibly start this evening. Saturday, more snow's on the way, minus 17 there, and then we do warm up as of Sunday with some sunshine. So I'll have more details on your 7-day forecast coming up in just a little bit.
Welcome back. Well, the inaugural Rural Women's Conference is in the books, and this week's Ag Report, Gerard Lampow finds out that excitement is already building for next year.
So that's just taking advantage of that space in that pelvis, so it's tall.
The calving workshop is really fitting to this time of year. Some of the ladies there already started calving. At the one table, they were actually watching on her phone. She had a camera on her calving pen, and they watched the cow calve during the calving workshop, so that was kind of neat.
The Rural Women Conference covered a range of topics including health, makeup and fashion, and agriculture.
So Jessica Emmett presented with agronomy, and she had the calculations of an animal and what they're going to eat on each different pasture, and how you would calculate the weight of your cattle compared to the nutrients in your feed.
I don't know how anybody makes it through organic chemistry.
So how long can we keep them in a pasture? Or how many cows is appropriate for a certain pasture, let's say?
Emmett spoke on grass and grazing management, especially in a drought. There were conversations on insurance, both on the farm and insurance for livestock during transportation, legal issues, estate and succession planning, and taking care of yourself.
And I can do it in my bare feet. And Jason, you're going to come with me, and we're going to go down this gravel driveway. And
Participants came away with some wholesome benefits.
I've gone to several agricultural women seminars in the past couple of years. I think it's really beneficial for the industry because women haven't historically had many opportunities to come together in this kind of way.
That's sufficient reason for organizers to be already taking a glimpse into rural women too.
We're very excited about hosting the event next year, so from here we can only get better and really improve the opportunities and the information that we bring.
Remember that you are a bigwig to somebody. It doesn't matter what it is that you do. There's somebody.
Gerard Lampow, Primetime Local News.
This Ag Report is brought to you by the Lloydminster Co-op Agro Center. Depend on them for product, tools, and expert advice. Shop at your local Lloyd Co-op Agro Center with branch locations in Lashburn and Neilburg.
That's it for your egg news. Sports is next, but first we'll take a look at your egg prices.
Every member of the City Centre Auto Body team has been through extensive training. We're constantly upgrading our team's education to reflect current collision repair technique.
Taking a look at your local sports now, the losing streak continues for the Lloydminster Bobcats, who were flattened last night in Grand Prairie. Lloydminster held the Storm to 1 goal after the first period and actually tied the game early in the second before the home side responded with 4 answered goals to the end of the frame.
The results are great, and the guys in the room have been super welcoming, so far, so good.
The home side responded with 4 goals answered to the end of the frame, and the Storm poured in an additional 4 in the first for the third for a 9-2 victory, in which they outshot the Cats 51-31. This drops the Cats to 8-35-1 on the season. And while the results remain frustrating for the Cats, some of the players are recognizing there's opportunity despite their place in the standings. Andrew Smiley is embracing that opportunity with his new team. The 18-year-old defenseman is adjusting to his third team after previously suiting up for the Calgary Canucks and the Nipawin Hawks.
I've settled in nicely, my billets are great, and the guys in the room have been super welcoming, so far, so good.
And with the Hawks, Smiley had a smaller role than his new assignment.
I get to play a lot more, get experience in the power play and the penalty kill and things like that, and I'll be in the lineup every night, so that's a bonus for me.
The prognosis for the playoffs is bleak, but Smiley says how you can approach every game will have an impact in the future.
I put a lot of pressure on myself to play well, and I think moving forward for next year, there's going to be the expectations will be a lot higher with most of the guys returning, so I think we still have to be focused and worry about improving and developing as players so that next year we can bring it and give the town a good run.
The next game for the group is tomorrow night at the Civic Center against Fort McMurray. And the Lakeland Rustlers volleyball team had another significant moment in what has been their best season since 2008. Left side Alexi Walliser has been named one of this week's CAA Male Athletes of the Week. The third year from Peace River posted a whopping 44 kills in 10 sets in the Rustlers' weekend sweep of rival Concordia, along with 23 digs, 4 blocks, and 2 service aces. His first season as starter, Walliser has already garnered more than 200 kills and has been instrumental in the team's rise to 4th in the division this year. And now we're going to send it to Brett Holden, who is live on location tonight.
Back here at Noralta Jiu-Jitsu, where Sensei Dave is going to be teaching us a little bit more about karate, so we'll just let him begin here.
All right, so everybody just sit down for a second and I'll show you what it was that we were just doing. We were doing a rising block and then with a reverse punch, but you can add into that. Karate and Jiu-Jitsu are brothers or sisters, all right? They are very, very close. One can turn into the other very simply. Hey, so as I'll demonstrate here on Brett, he's gonna come up, he's gonna punch me in the mouth as much as he wants to. So he's gonna come in, give me a good hook punch to the head, boom, 1. I'm blocking, I'm locking. Remember this? You can do that if you want. I prefer to use the elbow. I'm going to take this leg and I'm going to hook it out, bring him to the ground. When he's on the ground, then I can do other things. I could drop a knee into his floating ribs. I could drop a knee onto his head, bounce it off the floor. Or if I want to control him, I'm going to step over, through, down, lock the arm. Kick him away, and get back up. So as you see, a rising block can stop this punch momentarily. He's not going to stand there every day. He's not going to stand there all day either. So I'm going to lock that arm quickly, pop him in the melon with my elbow to bring his head back, and that helps me bring him down. If he bends his arm like that, I can just simply drop down and come up with this one. All right? So, as you can see, people are going to react differently. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
People are going to react differently. No one's going to ever react the same way.
Let's head into commercial break here.
All right. So.
Wow, I was not expecting Brett to be taken down that easy. All right there. Very nice. As we look to our weather photo of the day, gorgeous snowy shot. Temperatures are very cold. We are currently under an extreme cold warning, and that is extending from Lloydminster up north into Cold Lake, Bonnyville, Lac La Biche, and then as we move out east, basically the entire section of the Saskatchewan on our map here is under that extreme cold warning as numbers get close to minus 40, even colder overnight. Sitting at minus 25 right now, feels like minus 33 out there. And then as we move up the map, the numbers are sitting pretty much around the same. So minus 25 right now in Marwayne, also in Bonnyville. Lac La Biche sitting at minus 26, minus 23 right now in Cold Lake. Minus 27 for North Battleford, could reach minus 40 overnight with the wind chill there. Minus 26 in Maidstone and minus 28 in St. Walburg. As we move up north, numbers are sitting in that same range. So minus 27 for La Ronge, minus 26 in Buffalo Narrows, also in La Loche. Minus 26 also currently in Fort McMurray. A little bit warmer at minus 20 in Peace River and minus 17 for Grand Prairie. As we look down south, numbers are cold for them. They've been sitting in the single digits for most of the month already. So now they've hit those double digits. So minus 12 right now in Medicine Hat, minus 14 in Lethbridge, minus 11 for Banff, minus 18 right now in Moose Jaw, minus 20 in Regina, and minus 16 for Estevan. Now numbers here are going to reach around the minus 43 mark overnight, and that's going to linger on into the early hours of the morning. So minus 21 is our daytime high tomorrow, but it is going to feel around that minus 30 mark throughout the day. It is going to be very cold. Frostbite warning in effect, as it could only take a few minutes once you're out there with exposed skin to be subjected to frostbite. So do bundle up, as numbers are hitting very, very low temperatures across the map. As we look to the school day forecast, recess is probably going to be inside tomorrow. Minus 27 there, minus 25 over the lunch hour, and then minus 21 when the kids head home. Tomorrow we could see a 50% chance we'll see some light flurry activity starting overnight possibly, and then continuing on into the evening. Minus 21, minus 31 as our overnight low. Minus 17 on Saturday, as we expect some more flurry activity there. Then we get into the single digits on Sunday. Minus 9 there, minus 18 for our overnight low. Plenty of sunshine. And then the cloud cover is going to start to increase as of Monday, overnight on Sunday. Minus 12 there, minus 10 on Tuesday, minus 11 for Wednesday. As the clouds start to dissipate, we're a sunny Thursday and a high of minus 5. Now, just be cautious tonight, as those temperatures across the map are getting very, very cold. And like I said, only a couple of minutes to be subjected to frostbite. So bundle up out there.
And now we're going to send it back to Brett Holden, who is live on location.
Joined once again by Sensei Dave Woods. Now, Sensei, let's talk about a little bit what's going on just in here right now, and let's talk about just what are the main basics for karate.
Well, basically what I'm teaching them here is they're moving together. So it's basically we're teaching them about distancing. We're teaching them about timing, so that when the punch comes, how to time it properly and how to block effectively. This also helps them working with an actual living human being instead of doing it to an imaginary opponent. So here, this back and forth that we're doing, is basically that. They focus on pretty much everything, their stances, their timing, their straight punches, and their blocks. So it's all pretty much putting it all together, essentially, is what we're doing. And then here, while this is happening, they can also visualize now what we can do, like what I did with you earlier. They can now visualize, okay, so when I do this block, what can I do with that? And so we sort of try to help them figure out, okay, now how does the body work? How does the body normally move? And then just do the opposite. And that's jiu-jitsu.
So when we saw just what you tossing
What did you see?
Well, I saw a lot of the ground.
Okay, that's good.
but what we do see as well, just also, you mentioned how jiu-jitsu and karate come together,
That's
kind of
correct.
like siblings. And in the next hour, we will be in jiu-jitsu class.
That's correct.
Can you just explain a little bit more how jiu-jitsu and karate are related?
Well, in our style of jiu-jitsu, which is a Japanese style of jiu-jitsu, we find ourselves more in a standing position. And we're going to be doing a bunch of hold escapes and things. So with karate is very much a stand-up style of martial art. We now incorporate the karate, which is the stand-up, into the jiu-jitsu, which is the blocks, the locks, and the takedowns. And so with that, I try to, again, like I said before, I try to get the students to think, okay, well now when I block that arm, I can circle that around, get into an arm bar, take the head, put him to the ground, maybe drive in one of my knee strikes, and then eliminate the threat, is essentially what this is all about. There's also the discipline aspect of it as well. Like, they're not to be messing around here, right? They're doing their technique. If they aren't paying attention and if they're busy doing something else, there's a very real possibility that they're going to taste someone's knuckles. So we have them focused on their partner, and then that focus is what helps them train as well.
Perfect. We'll have a little bit more coming up from here at Nor Alta Jiu-Jitsu, Lloydminster's newest dojo here. But first, let's head back into the studio where Michaela and Elise are talking about your question of the day.
Elise and I want to know how we become senseis. I want to be Sensei Michaela and Sensei Elise.
Yeah, I think it takes like years and years, but I mean, we could give it some.
I don't know. I think I would be...
Fast track.
Yeah, exactly. But that would be cool. Just hello, my name is Sensei. I would like
People
that.
are like bowing to you.
Exactly. Our question of the day today stems around usually something that an employer would give you at this time of the year is the cost of a living raise. A lot of people will get it as of January 1st. So we want to know, should it be mandatory from an employer? We did put out a poll. 73% of you say yes, while 27% of you are weighing in saying no. I don't know. I feel like if it's a big corporate business, I can understand, especially with the economy lately. If you're a smaller business, I can understand how you maybe aren't able to give one.
Yeah, for sure. I think, like you said, depending on the business size and everything like that, I mean, everyone needs a little extra help normally, but it totally just kind of depends, which is kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, definitely. We do ask a question of the day every day on our social media pages, so you can weigh in there. Leave us a comment. We'd love to read it here on the show. Our other favorite segment is our pets of the day, so let's see who we have today. This is Gracie. Oh, that's a cute little doggy. That was sent to us by Jennifer. I like her big red collar there,
it's
bandana.
cute.
Very cute. Next up, we have Milo, the cat there. That was sent to us by Brianna. Thank you for sending that cute picture in. This is Jagger. We're unsure, but very cute dog. I like the hair.
Yeah.
That was sent to us by Cassie. Thanks for sending that one in. This is Daisy and Lavender.
Snuggled up.
Yeah, I like the little two flower cats. That was sent to us by Melanie. And then last but certainly not least, this cutie little Bella, and that was sent to us by Monica. If you have a pet you would like to see here on Primetime Local News, send us a photo. Just please include your pet's name, and if they are shown on the show, you'll be entered to win a gift card to the Lloydminster Pet Pad.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to have them featured on Pet of the Day. Your name will be entered into a weekly draw for a gift certificate from the Pet Pad.
All right, I'm sitting here with Aaron Goodwin, who is performing tonight at the Gold Horse Casino. A sold-out crowd tonight at the casino, and he took some time to join us right now. And Aaron, thanks a lot for joining us, man.
Thank you for letting me
grace the camera. It's nice. I don't always get to do this. It's good.
Well, we're glad to have you. And fun fact for those that are watching, Aaron's mom and my mom actually worked together back in the mid-2000s, so that's kind of how...
Yeah, your mom's a very crucial part of my career. She still has parts of my bio were written by his mother, so I owe my mother for this interview, so it's amazing.
All right, well, let's just jump into it. You're playing, obviously, at the Gold Horse, as we mentioned. What is it like to come to a city like Lloyd, playing in a venue like this, and just about your thoughts on the show coming up tonight?
Well, I just love, I love small towns, and I grew up I was born in a town, Spirit River, Alberta, just north of Grand Prairie, and so I always just kind of feel at home when I come to smaller areas. We were here on the Gord Bamford tour earlier this year, Neon Smoke, that tour was called, and we played a different venue in town, the Vic Juba. So this is obviously like our coming back to Lloydminster thing. So it's awesome. You know, I think I believe that country music is really really matters in towns like this, and you know, so anytime we can come back and do something. We're excited to open the casino tonight, and we originally wanted to do a New Year's show at the casino, but it wasn't built yet, so so we had to settle for January 17th. But it's amazing, and we have a sold-out crowd tonight, which is incredible. That's the kind of stuff you dream of, just selling out places. You know?
Absolutely. So for those that haven't seen an Aaron Goodwin show, what can they expect?
A little bit of everything. We, you know, I'm kind of like, you know, my dad calls me the boy next door. So I don't even know what that means really, but no, I think the main thing is just like I'm just kind of a regular guy, and I think being able to, you know, just go out there and be who I am and do what I do. So you'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll do all that stuff. It's, but we have a great time, and we have a lot of energy at times, and I just love crowds, and I feed off them, and I think it'll definitely be a good night.
Do you feel some extra pressure because your family is coming to watch it tonight?
No, my family always comes. No, my mom and dad, if it's within like a 5-hour driving radius, they will be there. And I'm putting them to work tonight. They're selling merch. So
oh, really?
Go easy on them. Go easy on them.
Well, a fun fact about you that I learned as well is that you're also a very talented songwriter on top of being a singer. You know, you were nominated for Songwriter of the Year this past year. You were nominated for consecutive back-to-back Rising Star Awards. You've written for some big stars as well. What does it mean for you to, first off, get that recognition by some other artists that they want to work with you, and also just kind of what inspires you when you're writing your lyrics? Yeah,
it's songwriting is in Nashville it's a little bit different. I think people think of songwriting as a thing that's like you have to kind of be in the right mode for it, and you have to. But in Nashville, we make a job of it, and I think by doing that, it allows you to sometimes remove yourself from like needing to feel like emotionally charged to write a song. And I think I've just really made a habit of writing songs. I mean, I go in every day, 5 days a week, into town when I'm home. Just to write a song. So I think I've written so much and over the years, and it's really cool to see some of those songs start to pay off, and all that time that you put in. It kind of just proves that when you just kind of put your head down and write as much as you possibly can with people that you like to write with. It's been a great career for me, and I know it's allowed me to have the career that I really want to have as an artist. So it's incredible.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to have more from Aaron Goodwin coming up later on. We'll have more PTLN news when we come back.
If you love to be out in the great outdoors, you're going to want to check out the Gun and Outdoor Sportsman Show this weekend at the Service Sports Center. It's being hosted by the Lloydminster and District Fish and Game Association, and whatever you're looking for, whether you're into archery, rifles, knives, hunting, fishing, clothing, boots, so much more, you're going to find it all at the Service Sports Center. Plus, they've got a chance for you to win a great door prize. Admission is $10 per person. Kids 12 and under, they get in for free. Get out your favorite tartan and get ready to celebrate the first annual Robbie Burns Night. This is being hosted by the Cross-Border Highland Dance Association here at the Civic Center coming up next Saturday, January the 26th. On the menu, they've got a delicious roast beef supper, plus a chance for you to try haggis, and then the Highland dancers will perform. It's going to be a really fun night. Pick up your tickets now. You can get tickets by stopping by Studio Encore. This week, we want to add to your music collection. You've got a chance to win a copy of Mother's latest album, Dance and Cry. There's some great hits on here, including Get Up and So Down. If you want to win a copy, all you have to do is email your name and daytime phone number to tvcontests@newcap.ca. We want to say thanks to John at Universal Music Canada for setting us up with the music. And coming up on Saturday night, you can ring in the new year again. It's Ukrainian New Year's at the Stockade Convention Center. If you'd like to get your tickets, just get in touch with the Lloydminster Malonka Dancers. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, I hope you have a great one. I'm Heather Klegus, and that's what's happening.
Welcome back. Well, the inaugural Rural Women's Conference is in the books, and in this week's Ag Report, Gerard Lampow finds out that excitement is already building for next year.
So that's just taking advantage of that space in that pelvis, so it's tall.
The calving workshop is really fitting to this time of year. Some of the ladies there already started calving. At the one table, they were actually watching on her phone. She had a camera on her calving pen, and they watched the cow calve during the calving workshop, so that was kind of neat.
The Rural Women Conference covered a range of topics including health, makeup and fashion, and agriculture.
So Jessica Emmett presented with agronomy, and she had the calculations of an animal and what they're going to eat on each different pasture, and how you would calculate the weight of your cattle compared to the nutrients in your feed.
I don't know how anybody makes it through organic chemistry.
So how long can we keep them in a pasture? Or how many cows is appropriate for a certain pasture, let's say?
Emmett spoke on grass and grazing management, especially in a drought. There were conversations on insurance, both on the farm and insurance for livestock during transportation, legal issues, estate and succession planning, and taking care of yourself.
And I can do it in my bare feet. And Jason, you're going to come with me, and we're going to go down this gravel driveway.
Participants came away with some wholesome benefits.
I've gone to several agricultural women seminars in the past couple of years. I think it's really beneficial for the industry because women haven't historically had many opportunities to come together in this kind of way.
That's sufficient reason for organizers to be already taking a glimpse into rural women too.
We're very excited about hosting the event next year. So from here, we can only get better and really improve the opportunities and the information that we bring.
Remember that you are a bigwig to somebody. It doesn't matter what it is that you do. There's somebody.
Gerard Lampow, Primetime Local News.
This Ag Report is brought to you by the Lloydminster Co-op Agro Center. Depend on them for product, tools, and expert advice. Shop at your local Lloyd Co-op Agro Center with branch locations in Lashburn and Neilburg.
And that's your Ag News. Sports is next, but first we'll take a look at your egg prices.
Every member of the City Centre Autobody team has been through extensive training. We're constantly upgrading our team's education to reflect current collision repair technique.
Taking a look at your sports now, the losing streak continues for the Lloydminster Bobcats, who were flattened last night in Grand Prairie. Lloydminster held the Storm to 1 goal after the first period and actually tied the game early in the second before the home side responded with 4 answered goals to the end of the frame. The Storm poured in an additional 4 in the third for a 9-2 victory in which they outshot the Cats 51-31. This drops the Cats to 8-35-1 on the season. And while the results remain frustrating for the Cats, some of the players are recognizing their opportunity despite their place in the standings. Andrew Smiley is embracing that opportunity with his new team. The 18-year-old defenseman is adjusting to the third team after previously suiting up for the Calgary Canucks and Nipawin Hawks.
I've settled in nicely. My billets are great, and the guys in the room have been super welcoming. So far, so good.
With the Hawks, Smiley had a smaller role than his new assignment.
I get to play a lot more, get experience in the power play and the penalty kill and things like that, and I'll be in the lineup every night, so that's a bonus for me.
The prognosis for playoffs is bleak, but Smiley says how you approach every game will have an impact in the future.
I put a lot of pressure on myself to play well, and I think moving forward for next year, there's going to be the expectations will be a lot higher with most of the guys returning, so I think we still have to be focused and worry about improving and developing as players so that next year we can bring it and give the town a good run.
The next game for the group is tomorrow night at the Civic against Fort McMurray. And the Lakeland Wrestlers volleyball team had another significant moment in what has been their best season since 2008. Left side Alexi Walliser has been named one of this week's CCAA Male Athletes of the Week. The third year from Peace River posted a whopping 44 kills in 10 sets in the Wrestlers' weekend sweep over rival Concordia, along with 23 digs, 4 blocks, and 2 service aces. His first season was as a starter. Walliser has already garnered more than 200 kills and has been instrumental in the team's rise to 4th in the division this year. And now we're going to send it back to Brett Holden, who is live on location.
Joined once again by Sensei Dave Woods here at Nor Alta Jiu-Jitsu. Now, we're talking a little bit about self-defense. Now, let's kind of get into that.
Sure, absolutely. So what I was showing just a few minutes ago is if a person grabs you by the arm, right, or the hand, they grab you by the wrist, especially someone my size, say grabbing someone your size, right, small. All right, so what's the danger here? What could happen? They could what? Yes? They could pull me, right? Okay, so what do I need to do, everybody? I need to drop my weight. When I drop my weight, what do? I'm going to kick, smack, smack, look back, and go. Kick, smack, smack, look, move back. Here he goes. He drops, so I'm going to grab, so I drop my weight. So you know what? I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to get a bigger guy now. So he's going to grab me. Ha! Right? So I need to drop my weight. Okay, so like I told you before, I'm kind of a heavy guy. No offense, but he's bigger than me. So he could pull me. So I need to drop this weight, get myself heavy, right? So now I'm going to give him something to think about. Just that shin kick. Make him think, why does my shin hurt? And as I do that, I'm going to smack this hand down. When I smash this hand down, I'm going to pull this arm back, two-way action. And then this is the wind up. 1, and then I'm going to look back, and I'm going to get away. So again, kids, what am I looking for? My first thing I'm looking for, yell it out. Escape route. I'm looking for my exit. Because this guy, I'm not going to start fighting him. All right, if he's grabbing me and pulling me somewhere, I want to get out of dodge quick like a bunny. Like a bunny with his tail on fire, as a matter of fact. That's how fast I want to go. All right, so I want to get out of here like a shot. So here, everybody now partner up. I'm going to start grabbing each one of you. All right, so partner up. Go ahead. John, go back there. Grab your little dude there and start grabbing around.
Perfect. So we learned a little bit about the self-defense here.
We go.
We'll have a little bit more coming up from here at North Alta Jiu-Jitsu. I even got kicked in the shin. So what do you know? But let's head back into the studio. Michaela has a look at your weather.
Oh, we love it. I'm getting my kick, slap, slap, back on. We're learning so much. Thank you so much, Brett. Starting it off with this weather shot, a gorgeous shot of a very cold day out there as we do look to our watches and warnings. As we look up north as we move into the east, an extreme cold warning only taking minutes to be subject to frostbite out there, so do bundle up. It is very, very cold as numbers hit close to and possibly even colder than -40 overnight. We're sitting at -26 right now. Feels like -31 degrees out there. -27 for Maidstone, -28 for North Battleford. Going to reach about a -40 with that wind chill. 30% chance of some flurry activity in the area this evening. -20 for Vegreville, -25 in St. Paul. Same number in Bonnyville, Cold Lake, and Lac La Biche. Same within Pearceland, -18 right now in Edmonton. As we look up further north, a little bit cooler, -29 right now in Fort McMurray, -20 in Slave Lake, -17 in Grand Prairie, -30 already in High Level, -35 in Fort Chipewyan, -32 as we move over into Saskatchewan, -27 in Buffalo Narrows, -28 in La Ronge. And then as we look down south, not quite as cold, but definitely colder than they were seeing previously in the week and really throughout the month. So -17 right now in Swift Current, -24 in Regina. They've already dropped 4 degrees since we started the broadcast. -13 right now in Medicine Hat with -14 for Lethbridge. Numbers tomorrow. Going to be another cold day. We are reaching about -43 overnight with that wind chill. So in the morning, definitely plug in your vehicles. It is going to be a cold start. And like I said, only a couple of minutes to be subjected to frostbite. So bundle up out there. -21 is our daytime high tomorrow. 30% chance we could see some flurry activity, light snow this evening, and that could linger on into the morning. And then we're expecting some more into the evening. -22 tomorrow for Marwayne, -20 in Bonnyville, -21 in Cold Lake, -19 for Lac La Biche. North Battleford going to see a daytime high of -22 there tomorrow. For the kids off to school, going to be a cold wait for the bus at -29. Like I said, feeling more like that -30 to -40 range, depending on what hour you're out there. So going to be very, very cold, -25 over the lunch hour, and then -21 when we head home, which is our daytime high. Tomorrow, like I said, we could see that light flurry activity on and off throughout the day, especially in the morning and then into the evening. 75% chance we'll see some more flurry activity on Saturday, a high of -17. And then we really warm up as of Sunday. -9 there, plenty of sunshine. A little bit cooler as that cloud cover does start to accumulate on Monday. -12, -10 on Tuesday, -11 on Wednesday, and then a daytime high of -5 next Thursday.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery and Furniture House, downtown Lloydminster.
Hi and welcome. I am joined with Danielle Gannett and optometrist here in Lloydminster. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Perfect. Eye health is very important, and I find lots of people kind of set that aside. It's not their #1 priority, and it's very important. So we want to kind of know how often you should be going to get your eyes checked first and foremost.
Absolutely. So we recommend that healthy adults come and have their eyes checked with a comprehensive full eye examination every 2 years.
Okay.
I feel like there's a big misconception that if you don't wear glasses or if you think you see really well that you don't need an eye exam. It's one of those things that people tend to put off, but we can detect diseases in your eyes, and not only in your eyes, but in your entire body that you might not be noticing any symptoms of.
Absolutely.
For children under the age of 19, we recommend having their eyes checked once a year.
Okay.
And if there's other conditions going on in your life or in your body, if you have eye conditions that have been diagnosed before, like glaucoma, or medical conditions such as high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, it might even be recommended that you're getting your eyes checked a little more often.
Absolutely. And that's something that most people don't even know, that you guys can detect those certain things in your body through an eye exam. So when someone goes to get their eyes checked, what are kind of the steps, the process, what do you go through, and what are you guys looking for specifically?
What we start out with is just a history of your overall health. We
Okay.
ask you some questions about any other health conditions you may have, your history with your eyes, any injuries you've had, medications you're on, just so we kind of have a baseline idea. We not only check how well you see far away, up close, we check the functioning of your binocular system, which is how your eyes work together.
Right.
And then we also look at the health of your eyes, the front surface of your eyes, the inside of your eyes. Inside your eye is actually the only place in your body we can see live blood vessels without cutting you open.
There you go.
That's why it's important we get adults in every couple years and look at the back of their eyes and make sure that the rest of their body seems healthy as well.
Absolutely. And so with that, with people who maybe just haven't been to an eye doctor in a while, it's important to go and check everything. But when people say, oh, I need my eyes checked, my eyes are bad, I haven't had my eyes checked before, you can kind of notice I guess, a little bit of deterioration sometimes over time. But the best way, obviously, is just to go get it done and
to get it done regularly.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
That being said, if you notice a change in your vision, something that wasn't there before, your vision seems different, it seems blurrier, or a part of your vision seems missing, or your eyes are feeling different than they used to. They're redder, they're drier. You've had an injury to your eyes.
Yeah.
Just anything out of the ordinary. You notice a strange floater in your vision blacks in and out. All those things are things that we should look at right away.
Absolutely. And another question for you in regards to getting your eyes checked and seen. Basically, you can kind of do, is there anything that we can do at home that we can be aware of, like healthy eating? Is there certain things that diet-wise that helps with your vision, and to kind of stay on top of that as well, that we can kind of do at home as well?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So as I said before, your eyes can be a picture of your overall health. What I tell all my patients is there's always a list of 3 things they can do. Number 1 is sun protection. Just as you're supposed to wear UV sun protection on your skin every single day of the year, you should be wearing good UV protection sunglasses every day, especially when you're outside, even in the wintertime, even if you don't really aren't sensitive to lights. Second thing, I say eat lots of dark leafy green vegetables in your diet.
Oh, that's good to know.
Things like kale, spinach, collard greens. They have a lot of the nutrients and vitamins that are shown to be very healthy for the macula inside your eye. That's what helps you see straight ahead. And I have a lot of patients that ask me, what can I do so that I don't get a disease called macular degeneration when I'm older, because my mom had it or my dad had it? The number 1 thing you can do is try to have a healthy diet with those vitamins in them. The vitamins are called lutein and zeaxanthin.
Okay.
And then the third thing is trying to stay away from smoking as much as possible.
Absolutely.
Vaping, secondhand smoke, all that sort of thing. Smoke can increase the risk of you having macular degeneration by up to 50%.
Oh, wow.
It can also cause early cataracts.
Okay, good to know. So all those tips are very helpful. Thank you for coming in today. We appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate your information. Thank you.
3, 2.
Kneel down.
So I was here at Nora Alta Jiu-Jitsu tonight. We spoke a little bit about just how much karate and jiu-jitsu do go hand in hand. Of course, Sensei Dave is always taking in some new students here for new karate, jiu-jitsu. What else do
we do? Junior jiu-jitsu, we do karate, we do adult jiu-jitsu as well. We also have a women's self-defense course coming up this Saturday. And so we put on women's self-defense courses or even personal protection courses for anybody.
Perfect. Well, that'll do it for me here tonight. Thank you so much,
man.
Sensei.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Boom! That'll do it for me here tonight. Tomorrow I will be at the Bobcats game when they play Fort McMurray. Let's head back into the studio where Michaela and Elise will wrap up tonight's show.
How did he do that? Sensei Dave, can you teach us how to flip Brett like that?
What did I just watch?
I don't know, but I want to become a sensei so I can do that to Brett.
We should try it. Let's try it.
We should. Okay.
Next game.
We're coming over there to get some lessons so we can flip Brett over. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Not so impressive, these numbers. We are under an extreme cold warning right now, and that's extending up north into areas of Cold Lake, Lac La Biche, and extending out east into Saskatchewan, North Battleford.